Hey there, I'm Fel, and this is Southern Tomfoolery Plays Against the Aeon Throne. When I'm not busy tinkering with the Epic Tracer, hanging out at the pools of paradise, or trying to take my clothes off, for a tactical advantage of course, I try to study up on the rules of this crazy universe I live in. So I thought we'd talk about some of the common abbreviations and terminology the players have used. I'm Josh Richards, the player behind Felino Marana, or Fel, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So just take a deep breath, and I'll try to take this slow. It's really not as complex as it may sound. You ready? Here we go. In Dungeons & Dragons, there's a single armor count value, or AC, which is based on what armor you're wearing and how high your character's dexterity score is. In Starfinder, though, they've split AC into two different values, energy armor count and kinetic armor count, or EAC and KAC, which we usually shorten even more into CAC. So, EAC, as the name suggests, is how resistant you are to energy-based damage, like, say, a laser pistol, whereas KAC, or CAC, is for physical damage, like a club to the face. If someone makes an attack, their roll has to either meet or beat the respective armor count depending on the weapon used. There are a number of things that factor into the total amount on an attack roll, depending on how good a character is with that type of weapon. If the attack lands, we then roll for how much damage is actually done, which is figured out by a die roll and how skilled the attacking character is with that weapon type. If it doesn't hit, no damage is done due to either missing entirely, the enemy deflecting the attack, or the armor simply absorbing it. So, you still with me? Alright. Next, there are difficulty checks, or DC, which are how you determine if someone is successful with an action. For example, in the last episode, we needed to get the power back on to be able to open a door. In order to do that, there was an engineering check that Fel had to succeed on, or the power would not have been turned back on, and we'd have to find another way in or abandon that venture entirely. So, how high of a roll is needed to be able to complete an action is based on the complexity of that action. So difficulty checks apply to a lot of different things. Medicine, history, mysticism, life science, the list goes on. But, our characters get bonuses called modifiers added to their rolls based on how good they are at those things, making it easier to accomplish the things that our characters are good at. Then there's another type of difficulty check entirely called a spell save DC, and it's particular to spells. This check is what the person being affected by a spell has to try to meet or beat with their die roll to either nullify the effects or at least minimize them, depending on what spell's being used on them. Anyways, that's enough rule explaining for now. Hopefully this will help some of you get a better feel for what's going on, particularly in combat. Oh, in other news, our website is live. Come visit us at southerntomfoolery.com. We'd love it if you drop in. Let us know what you think in the comments section on each episode page. Let's try to get some good discussions rolling. Finally, we're now listed just about anywhere you get your podcasts. But we'd all seriously appreciate it if you left us a review on iTunes, as it'll help this show grow the most. And now that that's all out of the way, what you're really here for. This week's episode, Flanks for All the Fists. Enjoy.
What's happening, y'all? I'm gonna take a little sip of whiskey. How are y'all doing?
Whiskey DM tonight?
Whiskey DM.
For the whiskey
Look out,
DM.
world.
Well, we've got some Aslanti that need to do some killing.
Need to be killed. Excuse you.
I'm at work.
Well, hopefully all your
misspoke.
rolls have whiskey dick.
Well, we'll see. Listen, I want to talk to you guys about something.
Is it Jesus?
Is it whiskey dick?
Well,
It's
One or the other.
yeah. So,
One of these things
does this
not
happen
like
to
the
you
other.
guys? I'm talking to the men here. No, Mr. Rogers. I watched a documentary on him last night. Won't You Be My Neighbor? Very good. And it just got me thinking about childhood development in programs that we watched as kids, and I was definitely a Mr. Rogers kid. And it seems like a lot of your characters have a little problems in their child development, and we'll get into that later. But I just kind of want to ask each of you: are you a Mr. Rogers kid? Let's start with Emily. Was Mr. Rogers your jam, or did you have a different?
I mean, I was aware of him. I watched him. Yeah.
So
Mostly,
who raised you if it wasn't Mr. Rogers?
I was an outside kid. I didn't get to watch a lot of TV.
Oh, so you had a healthy, productive life. Okay.
Well,
Moving on.
We lived in the country, so they just kind of put me outside and then shut the door, and I just stayed out there during the
So you
day.
watched Possum television.
I did. I watched Possum TV.
Gotcha. PTV.
The classic.
Classic.
What about you, Heath? Were you Mr. Rogers, or was it more Sesame Street?
No, I mean,
I think wait, let me just stop. I think the question should be Mr. Rogers or Sesame Street.
All right.
I think that should be. I think that's a better question to ask.
All right. Mr. Rogers or Sesame Street? Emily, sorry, I don't care. Watch your possums. Heath, Mr. Rogers or Sesame Street?
like neither, honestly.
He's a Caillou kid. That's what it was.
Caillou, fuck that guy. Ugh.
What about you, John?
Actually, Mr. Rogers.
Mr.
Definitely,
Rogers.
man. Oh, yeah. Super wholesome. Great, man. But you know what? Xeno 5 didn't, because he don't have no childhood. He was constructed.
He was just,
Aw.
he was just
True.
made.
He was activated. He's an android.
What about you,
Me
Josh?
sad.
Grew up.
More of a Bob Ross kid.
Oh, okay. Bob Ross.
Little bit.
Equally soothing tones, dulcet tones, right?
Yeah, but well, no, honestly, I mean, neither Mr. Rogers or there was definitely Sesame Street on in the house, but it was mostly whatever Disney movies we had on tape, just on loop. You know?
Okay. All
A
right.
goofy movie for life.
Yeah.
So you were definitely corrupted then as a child.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
for
Good
sure.
enough. Zach, I mean, we got to come to you.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers over Sesame Street for sure. I did really like Bob Ross. I like Mark Kistler's Imagination Station. I don't know if you ever watched that on PBS.
Yeah, definitely.
I actually met Mark Kistler at a Comic-Con a few years ago.
Really?
Yeah, he asked me to watch his Emmy while he went to pee because he had to pee really bad. And I watched Mark Kistler's Emmy for like 10 minutes. Make sure nobody's still. I kid you not. I've got the signature photo.
Robin.
And
I
everything.
thought you were going to say Emmy. I was like,
No, I didn't steal Mark
You
Kistler's Emmy.
You did such a
If
good
that man
job
taught me
watching
how to
this.
draw in 3D, I would do no such thing.
Rubbing shoulders with the stars over here.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a good documentary. I recommend you watching it.
What about that
it
Tom
brought a
Hanks
tear to
movie
my-
that's coming out soon? I'm pretty excited about that. Isn't it Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers?
Yeah, Won't You Be My Neighbor?
Yeah.
Well, Won't You Be My Neighbor is the name of the documentary.
Oh, okay. Then what's the other one?
Probably Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood goes to the movies. I don't know. It might be the same. I mean, that's his line. But anyways, it was really touching movie.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood is what it's called.
There we
Yep.
go.
There we go.
I bring this up because I can't help but wonder: had these Aslanti soldiers had Mr. Rogers in their life, maybe they wouldn't be such assholes.
Oh gosh, that's where we're going with this. I was wondering how we're going to tie this in.
I thought this was going to lead into look, I just don't want anybody to swear.
I mean,
You know?
I get the vibe that there are some much more significant, like, cultural factors at work here.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, though, that the Aslanti Empire does not employ the use of Mr. Rogers-esque child rearing.
They're a civilization without PBS.
I don't think you could have a functioning like authoritarian empire while allowing the children to watch Mr. Rogers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
On a
It's
psychological developmental level. I don't
it's
think
completely contradictory.
Yeah. You want to be
The
talking to
message,
kids
you
full
know?
of propaganda.
Right. Right.
I mean, yeah, Mr. Rogers was pretty outspoken too about things. Like I
Sure.
knew that kind of, but like when it was, anyways, we're off track. The point is that I think
You
that the
think?
Aslanti could use some Mr. Rogers in their life, but they don't have it for whatever reason. So now they are knocking
shooting
down
at
your
us.
they're knocking down your door. But our boy Mike is going to get a little surprise round on him because he's standing there, gun in hand, waiting to blast them right in the face.
So, what's your first line going to be, and why is it "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch"?
Great.
I mean, me and John actually just talked yesterday about how I'm going to become the Juggernaut, like straight up.
I mean, you basically are.
Yeah. So no, I think when faced with this, Mike immediately like sees red. You know, it's like a bull having a red cape waved in front of him. You know, this is the source of his trauma. But being the soldier that he is, thinks better of it, and he's gonna drop his weapon and full attack with his fist.
Okay. Well, let's everybody roll initiative first.
Fair enough.
And let's get into this thing. I mean, you're in Madelon's house, right? Or in his little trailer, and you had just found
two
data
crits.
pad. Those of you in the temple side had found a data pad that had like a video message between Madelon and Cedona, but before you could get any chance to really understand it, you hear Mike get ready. Let's go. Well, let's do the initiative. I'm sorry, the surprise round first, and then we'll go around and talk initiative. So, Mike, you're gonna shoot, right? Like, I think you got to shoot because you had the gun ready. You can't move and attack. You can either move.
I'm not
or
moving.
attack.
I'm dropping the gun.
You have 10
Nah,
foot
dude,
reach?
you would fire that freaking cannon.
Yeah, that
Let's
makes no
be-
sense.
Fire the tannic. Just fire it, dude.
Mike would absolutely shoot,
Pew pew pew.
without a doubt.
I will do what you guys say my
And he-
character would do.
That's all we
You
have.
still have agency.
I mean, like, so you were holding just to get this straight, you're telling me you're holding your gun at the door in case somebody came so you could drop it and then punch him?
You say it like that.
He just thought better of making a fuckload of noise, which we made a point about right before the end of last session.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's fair.
I'll
That's
do
fair.
what you guys want.
No, let's do what Mike would do.
Everybody's like, oh, wait. Yeah,
But
no,
look,
we're not going to make any noise.
These things are fixing to shoot at us. Period. That's
Yeah,
happening.
Like,
Yeah.
they've got guns ready to go.
If they make it to their turn order,
Which they will.
well, I mean, you don't know. The thing is, looking here at initiative,
Well, we'll get to that. Mike, you got the surprise on them. Door slides open. They've got guns trained at you. You see one directly in the doorway. He's the one kind of pulling it open. And then there's two kind of in a V shape behind him with guns trained on the doorway. You've got a surprise around. What are you going to do? You tell me what you want to do. Don't listen to these jokers. Don't listen to me. What does Mike want to do?
Nah, fuck you guys. You're gonna suffer the repercussions of goading me on this. Yeah, I'm gonna full attack with my fucking cannon and ruin
Okay.
any espionage chances we have.
All right, so first roll is an 8.
And a 6. Wow.
Yeah, surprise! I miss. Well, you tried, and you made a lot of noise, and now the entire garrison is coming for you. Just kidding. Let's talk about our initiative.
I got 22.
Okay, Mike, what'd you get with that great shot? How much initiative you got?
A 19.
19. Okay, Zeno.
Got a 23.
Oh, watch out. What about you, Aaron?
14.
All right, and Fel.
3.
3.
3.
Oh, are you stripping again?
I mean, maybe a little.
Okay. I feel like you needed some Mr. Rogers in your life too, Phil. But
Yeah.
Okay, so Phil is going to be at the bottom of the turn order, but Zeno looks like you're at the top of the 23. You hear Mike just fire. You know he was standing guard at the door. What do you want to do? You're in the temple section.
I want to immediately head out to assist Mike.
Okay.
So I would have to see, since this is a new map, is it due west to step out?
We'll say it is for map purposes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to go west.
Yes, yeah, I'm going to go west, and I imagine that he's not going to just immediately run out there and make himself a target. He's going to lean out that door just to see what the heck is going on. So this is the outside right here, correct?
You're stepping into Madelon's apartment there, and then if you step there for a second so you can see.
Sure.
And so you're looking down the length, it like turns at an L, and you look down the length, and you can see Mike kind of blocking the doorway.
Okay.
He just fired a shot, and there you can see the outline of at least one Aslanti guard in the doorway.
Okay, so I am still inside. So I can only hope that I muffle the sound because I cannot run all the way south to that Aslanti in time and do anything about it. So I'm going to fire.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire my azimuth laser rifle.
Okay.
Pew, pew.
There it is.
Okay, so we're doing a standard attack because you moved.
Yes.
What did you get on the roll there, my man?
Okay, yeah, so I rolled an 18 on the hit and a minimum damage.
Okay, so 18 is going to connect for that 1 damage on the old, we'll call him Cadet Uno.
Uno. Fancy.
Uno. That's exotic. Where's
That's his Lanty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
No, I'm not going to put that on any Spanish people. This is what I'm going to call it because it's Soldier Uno. All right. So Zeno steps through the doorway, kind of peeks around, gets a shot off, but for only 1 fire damage.
Yeah.
A little laser blast. Pew! Okay, Ziva.
Little pew.
Okay, got a
Little
couple
pew.
questions.
Okay.
All right, so we have already been into Madelon's personal space, so we would know this, but currently on the new map, I don't. So is the bit south or north that
Is
like
the
it
what?
L's? Like is the rest of the room?
So if you were to walk out the door that Zeno just walked out of, you hang a left and it goes long ways down that way.
Okay, and
So from running from north to south is about 60 feet.
Okay.
And you're connected to the north side of it.
Okay, and I'm sorry, last question. So from there, the door that we originally entered in his personal chambers, was it on the left side?
It's on the very south side.
On the very south. Okay,
So
sweet.
it's right here. And then there is a door here, too.
Yes. So all of that answers perfectly. And so Ziva is going to, through telepathy, is going to tell Fel to say, Fel, see if you can get that door open and go around so we can flank them from the outside. And then she is going to move her spaces up. Doop-a-doop. I think she can make it right here.
So you go through the door into Madelon's living quarters, and you look down, and again, you see Mike standing there kind of engaged with one of the soldiers, and you slip right past Xeno's back. What, you going to take a shot, or are we just moving? Okay.
We're just going to take a shot, because there's already been multiple fires made, so let go. All right, got a 19.
That is a solid
19.
hit for 3 fire damage. That's
Pew,
very
pew,
good.
pew.
Yeah. So Ziva, you step forward and you're firing with a laser pistol, right? Just like a
Yes.
single, what does your laser pistol look like? We haven't talked about that.
So I actually have interchangeable covers
Of course
for
you
it.
do.
So,
Of course you do.
but currently right now it is a gunmetal gray, kind of a matte color with a very pale pink kind of shimmering line going down the side. It's very sleek. It's very
All right.
sleek.
Well, it does its task, and a laser blast flies right by you, Zeno, and right by you, Mike. And you're just trusting these folks behind you as they're just getting it over your shoulder, your big bolt, or maybe in between your legs, depending on where they're standing. But either way, the laser blast goes through the door and hits the Aslanti square in the chest. He growls almost fairly, which is kind of ridiculous, but that's what they do. All right, Mike. Didn't do so good on the surprise round, but you got a full turn here. What you going to do?
As a soldier, I can sheath as part of a move action.
Correct.
So I'm going to sheath my weapon because I'm out of ammo in my cannon. And move forward and punch at this guy with my hammer fist.
Hammer fist action. All right.
Battle glove.
So you just step through into the doorway and come swinging. Are you doing I guess it'll be a standard attack. Here we go. 14. That's going to hit, my man. 10 damage, and you kill. The bullet hits the guard Uno right in the chest and creates kind of like a fracture in their armor. And you capitalize on that and just like a straight punch right into it, and it just shatters the armor and stops the cadet's heart cold. And it falls backwards dead.
Hell yeah. Cold-blooded.
Okay, nice.
Oops, sorry.
All right.
It says, keep your personal comm units on. There should be more.
Okay, so I'm just gonna get out of the way. Excuse me. Well, burst through here. I don't see any soldiers.
Yeah,
from where I am.
You have no line of sight on any soldiers currently.
So let's see how far that was then. I'm just gonna double move, but double moving in Starfinder is like quadruple moving, isn't it?
Well, you can up to quadruple move. You can use a full action to run, yeah.
But I get up and behind Mike.
Okay.
I don't have any other move. I mean, I can't do anything. So I just rush through.
You just kind of rush in and get into the fray. I mean, sometimes that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
All right. These two Aslanti are going to just level attacks on Mike. We're talking 2 full attacks with Imperial pacification rifles coming directly at Mike's grill. Here we go. First, we're talking about Soldier Dose. That's going to be the left one. Oh my goodness. We have a critical fail on the first shot. Jams the gun, can't get the second shot off.
Nice.
And I grin.
You grin. Aslanti Trace is going to try to do the same thing. Here we go. Full attack. And we're looking at misses on both. I don't know how they miss such a big dude, but
and Mike is just standing there like nonplussed, like,
dude, this is like literally
got that.
This is literally Star Wars. Like
yeah,
these
they're
guys are
stormtroopers,
stormtroopers.
yeah, they're storm. They got the
Everybody's
aim.
missing their blazer
Hey
blast.
man, tell you got the aim of a stormtrooper. All right, well, Fell just wakes up to the party here at the bottom of the turn order.
Yep, hearing a whole bunch of commotion going on, remembering what Ziva said to see if I can go out the back door and sneak around behind them. I'm going to do just that and make my way to the door. And is the door locked?
No, it's completely open.
All right, so I open the door.
Yep.
And
Yeah, open.
I suppose that's it. Like I'm not. Does that count as an action or anything? First time opening a door in Starfinder for me.
No, we'll call that. Yeah, it's just kind of you just wait, because this is the temple door, so it's open to the public. There's no lock or anything. It was basically just kind of a little trigger to open it. So you step through the door outside, and you can see one of the cadets kind of with their guns trained on the door into Madelon's domicile, and he doesn't see you right now. So I'm going to give you a +2 on your attack if you'd like to make one.
I am going to do just that.
Okay.
So I'm going to attack that one with my azimuth laser rifle.
You mean by that one? You mean
which one is that?
Trace?
Trey.
Yeah.
We call him Trey.
Trey.
Descriptive.
I didn't
Trey,
see
Trey.
either of them, so I'm gonna shoot at Trey for an 8 to hit.
Ugh.
You can't
Plus-
touch Trey
plus two.
while he's
Plus
hitting
two.
red, you know?
10 to hit.
Yeah, no, it's
Not
not.
Damn it.
No.
Appreciate that plus 2 though.
All right, so we're back up to the top of turn order. We're looking at round 2 here. Zeno, what are you going to do? One's
I
dead
am
already.
going
Mike's already
to-
laid one out.
Race down south. I can do 30 feet. So that is right here. So that's basically, I'm just going to be doing my move action. That's it for me.
That's your turn then. Yes.
Yes, I'm not doing
All right.
anything else.
So we just moved a little bit closer into the action. Ziva, you're up.
All right, so we are going to do a get 'em at Trace, I suppose. And
Can you see Trace?
Shite. No, I can't.
You don't even have to see him. It just says choose one enemy within 60 feet. I mean,
Okay, yeah. So
That is
you
true.
heard the shot. So you,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
We'll do it. Is it within 60 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
If I do a straight shot.
Yeah. All right. All right. Good. So that one is targeted with the get 'em.
Yes. And then
And get 'em is a envoy
improvisation.
It's like a
Yes.
skill that you have as an envoy, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
just to remind everybody, that gives a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls made against that enemy. So every attack roll made against that enemy until her next turn, you get a +1.
Yes.
That's what an envoy does for you guys. That's what your
You're
captain's doing for you.
welcome.
Spacebar. Spacebar.
Spacebar,
Spacebar.
basically, yeah. And that's really all I can do because I can't see anybody and I can't move because that was my move action.
Oh,
So
bummer.
that's Eva.
Okay.
Bummer.
Mike.
Strong turn.
Mike's gonna confidently just step over the body of the guy he killed,
Yeah, just like whatever.
grinning all the while. This is not like a
Like with your fang teeth, right? Your reptilian
Yeah,
grin.
yeah.
Just, you know,
This is-
like a-
this
Very
is-
imposing.
This is a grin based not on actual happiness, but the thrill of the kill.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Big lizard cheese.
And just
Big
walk,
lizard.
Big lizard.
and walk straight up to
He's a big old lizard, isn't he? All right, yeah. So that's you got a nice shot on this dude. Little punch action.
yeah. So
All
I'm
right.
I'm gonna punch him. Goddamn.
I'm a punch.
We're looking at a critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
26. That's a big crunchy
Well,
20.
That's a big
It would actually be a 27.
27.
27.
Yeah, with the get him.
Wow, dude.
We're looking
That's
at
the last shred Trey's ever going to shred.
18 damage total from this punch. I mean, that's a one-shot kill, my dude. How do you want to do it?
I mean, just
Take his guitar, break it over his head.
nah. Yeah, it's just a Mike Tyson style, like from the floor, almost like right hook uppercut
Maximum torque.
combination.
Jesus.
Holy cow, man. Mike is a beast. I'm gonna have to like boost up some HPs against this dude. Like,
No, we cool, man. We cool.
holy
That's kind of what
crap.
Mike's supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
right?
I
That's
mean,
the
well,
point.
and a crit hit is a crit hit.
It's
I
a
mean,
crit hit. It's double
a crit
damage.
hit, and it's really good damage on that roll. On
Man.
both rolls.
Man. And 8.5 is his minimum damage.
Do
I
you
guess
get-
it's terrible rolls, really, but he's just strong.
Strong.
Yes.
So Bell sees Trey just get decimated. It's like, holy fuck.
Yeah, like the way your angle is, all you can see is Mike's power fist coming through him. You know.
No, it's like an uppercut. It like lifts
Yeah.
him off the fucking ground. You know.
He just like flies in the air, kind of back. All right, Aaron, you're up.
Okay.
Jesus, Mike.
I'm going to move out, step over the body, and immediately turn to. This is a Dose, right? This is
Yes.
Cadet Dose.
Junior.
Junior. Nickname Junior. And I am going to peer into his mind,
Oh.
find his vulnerability, and cast Mind Thrust.
Nice. Nice.
All right, so what are we looking at here? A will
You
save.
can will save. That's going to be a 16 for the DC.
All right. Oh, fails. The
All right.
save. It's going to take 11
psychic damage.
Oh my gosh, dude. Huge.
Yeah,
huge.
so I just absolutely rock him with a little bit of mental magic.
Yeah, you just put some of your
silently, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's
you
the
just
thing.
put some of your grimness in his brain, and it just
Couldn't
you
handle
can't
it.
take you.
Showed him
put
something he didn't want to see.
you show him a little bit of the infinite, right? You know, like of the cosmos, the
The
infinite,
void.
and he can't take it, and like parts of his brain matter starts leaking out of his nose. Junior isn't feeling so good, but he's going to try to shoot you.
Well, good luck, Junior.
All right, and, I don't think he's going to do a full attack, man. I really want this to hit, so we're going to look. We're just going to do a regular attack.
You want it to hit.
I want it to hit, man. Yeah. Critical fucking hit.
Oh, what?
Well, okay then.
Mm-hmm.
Get out.
Oof. So it just, you're like, and he just like pulls back and out of pure stupefaction just fires and gets like a shot right into your neck, hitting you for 10 piercing damage.
Wow.
I'm into my HPs now, boys.
Again.
Oh my.
Nah, I
know
never
you
mind.
almost did.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean that's actually correct. I would have 8 hit points remaining. No.
Wow.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
Okay. Yeah.
This one's mine.
Phil, you're up.
Fell is going to move up and see if he can get around the back. And that's really all he's going to do this. Oh, God, they're right there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he's going to move up and seeing what Fell sees now, is going to hold his fire because Mike and Oren are both in the way.
Okay. Xeno, number 5. Xeno 5 alive.
All right.
Who
So
knows that reference? Am I the only person that knows that reference in this group?
Johnny
Do you know-
Five.
Okay,
Johnny
thank
Five?
God.
Yeah.
Johnny Five,
Listen,
yeah.
so there's an
Johnny
age
Five.
discrepancy here, just for those of you listening at home.
Come on, man.
I never know where I'm gonna hit that barrier, you know?
right. No, I understand.
I mean,
But,
look,
we were talking about Mr. Rogers. I
Look.
think we're all in that.
In that
Fraggle
room.
Rock is a little bit before my time, but
No. Yeah.
Fraggle Rock was my
No,
jam. Like I almost brought that up, but okay. Again, we're getting derailed by.
I digress.
programming.
So,
All this will be cut.
Nah, no.
the banter is what makes it, dude.
Now that's
for
gonna
the
be
game.
Yeah.
That's gonna be cut.
5 is going to proceed out the door, and he's going to get right here, and he's going to try a daze. Now, I understand that
All
will.
right. It's gonna provoke an opportunity.
It will. It will.
But it's not because.
But it's
I mean-
not because you have an ally within 5 feet of you or something?
Well, no, because he had a ranged weapon equipped.
Yeah, and you can't fire close with it.
Let me ask you this: I don't know if it's a long arm or a short arm. I would assume it's a long arm.
If it's a
Since
rifle, then
rifle,
yeah, it's a
a
rifle,
long
long arm.
definitely.
So he's not going to get an attack of
Yeah.
opportunity.
So Zeno is just going to like put his finger to his temple, and he's just going to try to, almost kind of like the Vulcan mind meld, just like actually just touch his own head. I mean, touch the Aslante's head,
Okay.
and try to daze him.
In the DC, we're looking at a 14, right?
14.
Do you want to tell our listeners we figured out what our DCs are? You want to give them a quick rundown?
So it's 10 plus the spellcasting modifier times the item. I mean,
Wrong.
times the spell.
No.
No.
Plus
No.
the spells level.
Nope.
Plus
That was a
spells
good
level.
effort.
Did I swipe?
You were
okay.
close.
It's
You had a
10 plus the
multi-factor.
spells. It's 10 plus the spells level plus your spellcasting modifier. So that we get that to a 14. He rolls a 6, so Junior is dazed.
Fucking A. All right.
Junior.
Okay, Ziva.
Okay. So Ziva is going to go ahead and I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to figure this out and I struggle bus. what is so I can run, and that's part of my move action.
So instead of
Full
in
action.
5e, you can double move. That's not an option here. You can use a full action to run, which lets you move up to 4 times your speed.
Okay, but then you can't do anything else.
That's your full. So you can't even do swift actions or anything. You can only do that.
Poopsie doodles.
Poopsie doodles.
Well, I'm gonna just come over here then, and oop, and that's pretty much it because I can't see anybody, and
So Ziva's just going to go sit on a pew because she
Just gonna
can't puke
chill.
you.
yeah, no, that's it because I can't use the move action. Sorry, guys. I got fucked up on that last combat, so she's hanging far back. This goes, so yeah.
Okay, Mike, you're up. You can see the cadet like going for a communicator, or he was before he got dead.
Yeah, he's dazed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna step around Aron, and as I do say, sorry about this, mate. And I'm gonna punch at him. I know you claimed this one, but time is of the essence.
That's a hit.
17 for 10.5.
Yeah, that's a kill, man. Tell me how you kill Junior.
I mean, you know, there's only so many ways you can punch, man. So I just walked. This whole fight, he's just walked confidently and not even like in a hurry to each enemy. But this way, he just skirts around and just catches a good like straight right, bridge of the nose.
Yeah, and you just knock him right out. He's just sitting there like all kind of slack jawed, and you just come up and bust the bridge of his nose and push his septum into his brain, and he falls dead in front of you. And everybody take 120 XP.
Yeah, XP.
So
Since we're out of turn order, Oren is going to walk up to Junior's body and take out his sidearm and just dump like 4 rounds into his corpse.
holy crap.
Okay.
All right.
Little tortured soul over here, man.
That was scary. Can you say the XP number again?
1, 2, 0.
We should have,
120.
630 XP after
Yep.
this. Yeah.
In layman's terms, that's 120.
Yes.
Yeah, so
So you guys made pretty short work of those guys. Were you worried?
Worried about all the noise that we just made.
yeah, I'm worried about the
Yeah, that's
ramifications that
about
have
it.
yet to come.
All right. So yeah, what do you want to do in regards to that?
We need to get these bodies in the temple.
No, we need to get these bodies away from here, and so do we need to get away from here too.
So don't forget that the forest is like right here.
Yeah.
Right at the back of this.
We
thing.
should absolutely grab these bodies and stash them in the forest.
I,
They're gonna have tracking on their armor or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know I'm being that guy, but is there anything to loot?
just leave them.
It's the same
let's
as all
send
the
them a
others.
message.
Same? Okay, all right.
Sometimes it's about sending a message.
Ooh,
Yeah, but we're
that's a-
trying to be incognitus.
What incognitus? They're gonna know that these soldiers are missing.
Well, if we drag them into the woods and like electrify them, we can blame it on the monkeys.
There might
Electrify
be
the
more soldiers
corpses.
coming.
Do
Let's
you
go.
guys have
Yeah,
any
because
electrifying?
electricity definitely creates bullet holes.
Yes. Yes.
Zeno is going to already start dragging a body.
Yeah.
He's going to start dragging a body rather than sit here and discuss
Yeah.
it.
Ziva is also going to try to do that.
All right, so it looks like dragging's the plan. You got overruled there, Arn.
I
So
just
go.
pick one up, but yeah.
Yeah, Oren's gonna have to like tighten his scarf a little tighter to sort of stop this bleeding.
and
The arm's hurting.
Fell's standing there with this like one hand on the back of his head, just like, oh Jesus.
Yeah, we storm just off to the side. We take off their little beepy button things and just
They're beepy
take them.
buttons.
The beefy buttons.
We gotta get rid of the beepy buttons.
The beepy buttons.
Okay, so that's 3 more down.
Yeah.
You guys keeping track?
Yes, I am. So you said it was 25 to 30. We've already killed 6 total. So we're down. I mean, we're still in the mid-20s, a little less.
So that's 9 total now, right?
Oh, is it 9 now? Okay.
Well,
because we've only killed 6. We killed 3 that was in the jungle, and then we killed 3 in here, in this area, in this map. So that's 6.
you're missing some.
We killed 2. Jellic killed 1.
There's
And then
also
killed 3.
That's right. Yeah. So 9. All right. I didn't.
there was
count those. Yeah.
there was the first combat, which was with just you against 3.
Mhm.
And then there was the one where the 2 showed up with the Hobgars.
Yep.
Jellic killed 1, and you guys just killed 3. So we're looking at 9 total.
9 total. So yeah, we're roughly 21 out of 30.
All right, so you guys go in and kind of like sink into the woods, right? And you pull the bodies off. What do you want to do? Like, what's your next plan of action here?
I'm gonna get naked.
We need to take a 10-minute rest so I can spend a resolve point and get my
Can we
HP back?
hustle back to Jellic and Aibretta's and fucking chill, lay low?
Yeah, you can definitely do that if you'd like to.
I think that's the most prudent decision. Yeah, good decision.
Because I mean, as far as like amount of time wise, how long would it take us to get back around the jungle?
Oh, 10 minutes.
Okay, cool. All right. Then yeah, based on Aaron's current situation, I think
I'm losing blood.
yeah,
I'm losing blood over here.
Okay.
we do that.
All right. So you guys make your way back around, and you go through the little panel that you know exists that's like kind of loose. Slip in undetected. No problems. You don't hear any alarms sound in the colony. But you kind of get in there. Oh goodness. And when you go in, you go into that living area and you hear the sound of Aibretta working on something in her shop, but she's not in the living area, and you don't see Jellic anywhere. So you guys kind of have the space to yourselves at this point.
Okay.
So, yeah, basically, I'm just going to spend the next 10 minutes sort of stabilizing my wound and use a resolve point to get my stamina points back.
So you're going to use a resolve to get your stamina
I'm
back.
missing 2 HP, but I want my...
Yeah, you're not going to get any HP back, but you're going to get all your stamina back.
Yeah, right. Good enough for me. I've already used my...
healing touch.
My
or whatever.
healing touch for the day, and I don't want to waste a spell slot on 2 HP. Just doesn't seem worth it right yet.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a minute to kind of just... So you're back. You're good. I'm going to give you guys a minute to kind of discuss what you want to do with the rest of the day. I mean, that only took maybe 2 hours total, if that. I mean, really, that was kind of an in and out thing. And you can certainly assess that you did manage to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I mean, this must have been the patrol, you know. So you've actually knocked out 2 missions. Do you need a refresher of what your missions are?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Release the
All right,
monkey.
so you guys-
I didn't write it down anywhere.
So you guys
I've
discuss
got
amongst
big bad
yourselves.
notes.
What do you want to do?
I'd like to pour over the documents that we discovered.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's, I think, what, everybody really wants to know is, like, let's see the hologram, the Help Me Obi-Wan Kenobi hologram.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Because we are its only hope.
yeah.
It's accurate.
Might even say we're a new hope.
Oh.
Get out. Get out.
Just go.
Just go.
You're welcome.
But yeah, we do that. So
No, we bored Adam to tears. He left. That's
damn.
what happened.
It was that joke. It was that shite joke.
It was. God damn it.
And I didn't even make it. I feel good about myself.
No, he's just getting more
Thanks.
whiskey.
Thanks, Josh. I needed that one. I needed
That's
a
all
win
right.
today.
You're welcome.
I just imagine Adam over there's like yum 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 whiskey in my tummy.
Scotch.
Yummy.
I love scotch.
I love scotch.
Scotch. So what is the plan here?
We want to look at the thing.
At what thing?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna pour over the documents.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, we're gonna look at the little data pad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you had hacked the data pad, right? And you saw this video transmission that was on the pad. And it went a little something like this. You hear Madelon speaking. What did you find out there, Cedona? Cedona. Madelon, it's incredible. There is a large starship here in the middle of the forest. It must have been here for years. We almost mistook it for a hill with all the growth that has overtaken the hull. Its nose is buried into the ground. Must be from when it crashed. Our curiosity got the best of us, and we went in through the open hatch. Cedona, that is too dangerous. You should have waited for us to come out there. Or better yet, come back and let us plan a proper excavation. I know, Madelon. You can fill my ear up about it later. But look. And Cedona turns her handheld device so the camera can turn to an engine room of an ancient starship. Technology and wiring that looks old and frayed and almost archaic to you lines the walls and the ceilings. Then, as the camera pans further, a huge drive engine, well, maybe not so huge, but a huge space like harness for a drive engine is there, and it's unlike any tech that you have ever seen, and it fills the screen as she's kind of using her communications device to show Madelon. This drive core is a cube, about 3 feet cubed, composed of an alloy that you don't recognize. Its surface is smooth and devoid of any panels, switches, lights, any instruments. It's just this very smooth 3-foot cube. What is that, Cedona? I don't know exactly. The ship looks to be outfitted with interstellar mounts and harnesses, but this isn't drift tech. This is a huge find. But, Madelon, this ship is an Aslanti from before the gap.
Oh!
Get out of there, Cedona. Now, I'll be coming momentarily. End transmission. And then there's a file attached to that has a rough schematic of this techno-magical artifact. It's listed, it says Rune Drive Imagery is the name of the file, and it comes up and it's kind of like this hovering little of this cube. But you can't really glean anything from it. You've never seen anything like this.
Oren is fascinated. His demeanor is like instantly changed. This is his jam. He's super stoked about this. This is huge. We're into some pre-cap stuff. Where's the ship at? Does anyone know?
No.
Susan, did they mention that at any point?
No.
They mentioned that it was only in the middle of the forest. No.
We have to find this ship.
They mistook it for a hill, although that's not much to go on.
Well, maybe we can speak to Aibretta and see if she is familiar with any area that they may have maybe going. Some of the other Aslanti.
Sound decision.
Come in and out of the encampment. What about the piece of paper? That I took.
Oh yeah, so that was just a report about a mining accident in the Blue Tin Mountains, which is a range on this planet. You can assess from the report that the colony had sent some people out to do some mining, and that there was an accident, but that everybody survived the accident and are there recovering. You can kind of surmise that maybe the Aslanti don't necessarily know about the mining expeditions, or if they do, their focus is on maintaining control over the colony, because you're starting to piece together that you're looking at the ranks of the Aslanti soldiers, that these are low rank soldiers, and that it's a small garrison that's holding this. Obviously, small enough that Aibretta, of course, has felt that she can mount a resistance. So maybe they just don't have the manpower to go do that. But it's certainly a concern. Nonetheless, it's just a report about a mining accident.
Okay. It doesn't list people involved in it or anything?
It lists names, but
okay.
It's none that
All
you
right.
recognize.
Okay. All right.
So, if Aibretta doesn't know anything about this ship, then Orin is going to want to do whatever they have to do to get Cedona back to get some information on this.
Absolutely.
So let's assess. Maybe this is a good time for you guys to discuss what you know about the situation. You know, like it might be worth just kind of piecing some of that stuff together. You know, what do you know? First of all, let's start with Cedona. What do you know about her in the situation that she's in?
They captured her, right?
Yes,
Do
she's.
we know
in
where
the
they're?
garrison.
They are
She's
being
in the
held in the
garrison.
garrison. Yes.
Okay, and the
He
garrison
and Madelon.
is here in the camp, here in the
Yeah, the
settlement.
garrison is right
Colony.
in the center of the colony. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we need to thin out. We basically just need to eliminate the Aslanti force here in Madelon's Landing.
Yes.
Or give them reason to go elsewhere.
What,
I
like,
said we just
like,
kill them.
like blowing some shit up?
Well, I mean,
Look, I'm always down for some fireworks.
they have. Aibretta has given us opportunities to weaken them. I think we can absolutely still do those, and bring down their morale at least. So just to clarify, like, it's not on this map, Adam. The garrison isn't
Yeah,
listed.
it's right. Correct. It's right in the middle.
Okay.
Right here.
Cool.
Right where you would
Got
have
it.
landed.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And going back just a scooch, when we were still in space and we did the scan and everything, did we see anything outside of the colony? Like, did we notice any kind of life signatures when we did that scan? I can't recall off the top of my head.
No.
Okay.
It was static. There was not anything that we could
Well,
gain.
static was jamming the communications, but you did get a scan, but you only scanned the surrounding area,
Okay.
and so you did not.
Okay.
So
And go ahead.
no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I think the best thing that we could do would probably be go for the hobgars and the traps to cause more of a disruption. But the moisture collector would probably rally more colonists to the cause. By giving them water, supplies, they would probably be more amicable to rising up against and coming to arms with us against the Empire. So I think going through and killing them all sounds like a great plan until we've got 15 of them attacking the 5 of us. Especially if they're any higher rank or any, there has to be a command contingent here as well of some sort. And I don't know. I really think that we need to get the locals to work with us to help take that down to free Cedona and what's his name, Madelon.
And as far as like just layout of the map, we can, skirt the jungle again along the north and east sides and then come out right there at the water collector thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way we can kind of scope out a little bit more of the camp or the colony before we go directly into the middle where the hobgars are.
Mm-hmm. The hobgars are pretty close to the garrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming there will be additional forces located in that area.
You definitely know that there are more soldiers here. However, Aibretta, who's been here kind of assessing the situation, did kind of let you know that there was really only one patrol.
Yeah.
So you've got a little time here now. That patrol has been taken out. Things can change quickly, but You've got a little time here, you know.
So, would all of the other soldier people be in the garrison, or do they have a place that they would stay? It would be inside the garrison?
So you would know that the garrison is where their base of operations is.
Okay.
If I might make a suggestion.
Oh, go ahead.
We could perhaps do assist with the moisture collector, and from there build the morale of the colonists, and they could perhaps provide a distraction and spread out those soldiers.
I mean, in theory, we could. Yes, we could do this. We could even use the hobgars as the actual distraction.
Yeah.
So, yes.
At that, you hear the clanging of Aibretta stop. And she kind of walks in with a rag on her, over her hands. She's kind of wiping off some grease, and she says, "Oh, well, I see y'all have made it back. Did you accomplish anything this morning? What? Tell me about it. What'd y'all do?"
Got shot. Blown up.
You look all right to me. I mean, you're still standing.
Yeah, it could be worse.
There's no such thing as there's no such thing as resistance without blood. Am I right?
I know all too well.
I think that we may have taken out 2 of your opportunities at once. I believe the patrol came by as we were in Madelon's place. So yes, we took them down, 3 of the guards, and we retrieved some information. So yes.
This is fantastic. I am so proud of y'all. I knew I could count on y'all. I think I'm going to start introducing you to some of the other resistance tonight. But for now, let's take a moment and just eat. I like to eat when I feel celebratory. You guys want to eat? Come on. And by the way, have you seen Jellic? I guess he ain't with you, huh? He left this morning. I hadn't seen him.
Going to ask you if you had seen him.
No, I've been busy. Oh, which reminds me, I did do some modifications to that badge that you gave me.
Excellent.
I mean, I was giving you a little bit of hell earlier about it because you were asking me to do the thing that it already does. But I did find a way to modify it that might be a little helpful. First of all, I tuned it to myself and Jellic this morning before he left. So it'll glow yellow anytime you see one of us. And I recommend that all of you do it as well. But also, I added another feature. This time, if the light glows blue, that means something's up and that I need you, or it's my easiest way to give you a warning from anywhere I'm at. I can't give you any specifics of what it means, but if you see it, you either need to come back to me directly or be on alert because something has happened. It's kind of my SOS. If we're going to be working together in this resistance, I figured we needed a way to communicate very quietly. So if it turns blue, that's when you need to come see me. All right?
Very well.
Right.
Understood.
You don't have any spare ammo for a light reaction cannon, do you?
I see what I can find. I'm sure I got something lying around. I mean, in fact, come here, let me show you something. And she ushers you kind of into her workshop.
Nice.
Do all of you go, or just Mike? Or
yes, I do.
No, Fell's definitely gonna go.
Check it out.
All right, so she says,
I guess we're all going then.
so you see a pretty messy junk shop with a bunch of different projects, all in different states of progress, you know. And then there's a crate with a tarp over it, kind of pushed up against the wall. And she goes over and she says, "Check this out." And she kind of pulls back a little bit of the tarp, and you can look behind it, and you can see that this crate is on a little bit of a slider that you wouldn't be able to see just at first glance. You have to really look at it. She's like, "Check this out." And she pulls it and there's like a little crawl space that goes down up under the her workshop. She says, now when the Aslanti first came, they made a hell of a ruckus. They killed some folks and they took all of our munitions, but bless his heart, Jellic has a good idea every now and then. And he stored a few items down here that it turns out it's going to be useful. I've been saving them for whenever we decide to make an attack on the garrison, but since you're here and looks like y'all are going to be the ones doing it, perhaps this is for you. And she kind of goes down. It's this tiny little crawl space. Like would be barely enough room for all of you to fit. But there's like a little shelf on it that has, basic artillery, has basic laser rifles and guns, and then has a couple kinetic weapons, all your basics that would come with a colony, some hunting rifles and stuff like that. And she says, and at the very end, there's a tub of ammo there. I think I got enough there for all y'all to take a clip.
Nice. That's very nice. Wait, so to get this straight, right? The one good idea Jellic had was a safe room?
I mean, another good idea he had was marrying me. It was my bad idea to say yes, but...
Yeah, so I was just saying that's about...
2020.
Just saying his one good idea being a safe room is about par for the course for old Jellic.
Speaking of Jellic, I'm sorry, what it is that he does here?
Well, a whole lot of...
He's a scientist.
A whole lot of nothing.
He said he was not a scientist when we first met him.
Yeah, he's more of he was my assistant, but he just kind of got in my way more than he helped. So he really just ended up kind of becoming a cook for the colony. Loath as I am to admit it, the man can cook, and
that's a valuable position.
Yeah, it is. You got to give him credit where credit's due, I guess. And so every Friday night, he used to cook like community supper for everybody. It was really quite sweet. But other than that, he's pretty fucking useless.
So like 6 days out of the week, he's a mooch, and the one day he's like a cook.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's a mooch. He's one of those people that tries real hard. You know what I mean? He tries, but he just can't help himself but bumble through every goddamn thing he does.
Like Phil.
What? Oh, come on now.
I just wink at you.
Yeah, I mean, y'all are old friends. That makes sense, right?
Yeah. And I like immediately like take a clip and like load my cannon and shoot it back. Like, all right, good to go.
Good to go.
Good to go.
All of a sudden,
thanks, love.
Your motion detector badge starts blinking red.
Oh, snap.
And
we all hide in the crowd space.
Yeah, she recognizes it. She says, oh shit, y'all be quiet. Be very, very quiet. There's only one person other than Jellic that'll be coming to visit me today. I planned my visit so I know who's coming. This has gotta be him.
We're gonna get in that crawl space or what?
You said
we're already in the crawl.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all just stay here. Please don't make a sound. I cannot afford. They're already looking for a reason to hang me, so just stay quiet. So you guys kind of get in the crawl space, and it's tight. It's super tight. And she's like, "I'm really sorry about this." As she like moves the crate back over, and it's like pitch dark in there. And then you hear on her door, "Open up, Aibretta. We need to talk." You hear. She goes up to the door. You can hear her walking up, and you can hear her open the door. She says, What do you want, Olaraja? Why does it always have to be so tense with you, Aibretta? Don't always need to have this tit for tat. But, unfortunately, I am here under distressing circumstances. You see, a few of my men have gone missing. They failed to check in on their rounds, and, well, I was hoping that maybe you might tell me where they are, or perhaps your troublemaking ex-husband, she corrects. Perhaps you know of his whereabouts. I have heard rumors that he has shown his face back in this colony, and, well, for such a bumbling fool, that's quite brave. I imagine he probably came here first. So tell me, Aibretta, has he come to visit you? And do you know anything about my missing soldiers? She says, no, I haven't seen that good-for-nothing son of a bitch since he ran out like the coward he is. No? Well, then certainly you wouldn't mind if I came in and took a look around, would you? No, of course not. Come on in. And you hear her kind of step out of the way as not just one set of footsteps, but 4 sets of footsteps come in. And you hear 3 of them are very heavy. And they start you can hear them tossing about her living space. Like turning it over, clattering, coming from the kitchen. Then they get closer as they move into her workshop. They say, and Olaraja, you can only surmise, is the only one speaking common, says, I apologize for the lack of manners that these young cadets show, but must understand, we must be thorough. And they're like turning over everything, and like she was like working on some sort of like telescope type device, and you can hear one of the Aslanti just pick it up and just crack it over their knee. And you hear her kind of, man, that was 3 months of work. Why are you doing this? I told you I ain't seen him. Why can't you just leave us in peace? You got what you wanted. You got control of the colony. What do you expect to find? I need everybody to roll stealth checks.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck this up.
Oh, this is bad. This is gonna be bad.
Yep.
Come on, baby. 22.
22 from Oren. A 19 from Ziva.
16 for Phil.
16 for Fel.
Oh, come on.
Zeno's got a 16. It's down to you, Mike.
Mike.
I told you.
Don't fuck up that baseline, Mike.
Come on, big boy.
Yeah.
13. All right. Their perception roll was high. And you hear one of the Aslanti come over to the crate. And you hear Olaraja say, what is it, Junior 2?
Junior.
Yeah. Aibretta, surely you're not hiding something from us? And you hear the fingers of one of the Aslanti start to pull the crate. And we'll see you.
How about this?
We'll see you.
Kids, go watch Mr. Rogers. It's really good.